Today, we're diving into the pretty wild story of a man named Shuafeng. I mean, this is a journey that starts on a farm in China and somehow ends with him creating this whole new map of the entire universe. It's a heck of a story. I know, it sounds like a huge leap, doesn't it? But that question, that's really what this is all about. We're going to see how one single life-changing event can just completely flip someone's world upside down and, in the process, create a whole new reality for a lot of other people. So, yeah, let's start at the very beginning. All right, so before he became this spiritual guide with a cosmic vision, Zhu Feng was, well, he was just a regular guy. And to really get where his ideas came from, you have to look at the life he lived before all of this started. I mean, look at this. His early life was all over the place in a good way. He grew up on a farm, was around all these different beliefs, Buddhism, Taoism, you name it. And his career, just as varied. He was a technician, an English teacher, even a statistics officer. And then in the 90s, he picks up and moves to Zimbabwe, first as an interpreter, and then he starts his own business. So this is a guy who was, for all intents and purposes, really grounded in the real material world. And then everything changed, just like that. A couple of key moments happened that didn't just alter his life, they completely shattered his reality and sent him down a totally new path, away from business and deep into a spiritual journey. So picture this. He's driving on a highway in Zimbabwe. He falls asleep at the wheel and the car crashes, ending up teetering right on the edge of a cliff. And here's the crazy part. He walked away without a single scratch. Now, for Shuafeng, this was not just a lucky break. He saw it as a sign, a message. His old life, his secular life, was dead. And his new life, the spiritual life, now belonged to God. This was the moment, the trigger, that just made him question absolutely everything. So after that crash, he spends years just searching, trying to find answers. He even studied with the Jehovah's Witnesses for a while. But the big breakthrough, the aha moment, it came out of nowhere. One night in 1999, he's just reading the Diamond Sutra, a Buddhist text, and bam. He said it was like he suddenly understood everything. Just like that. The whole universe, life, time, it all just clicked into place for him in that one single moment. And we're not just talking about a warm, fuzzy feeling of inner peace here. No. Shuafeng believed he had literally been handed a complete, detailed map of reality itself. So let's dive in and take a look at the cosmic system that came out of this huge revelation. Okay, so let's start with this number, 20. Just 20. This single number is the bedrock of his entire vision of the cosmos. So what's so special about it? Well, according to Shuafeng, the universe is way bigger than what we can see. The best way to think about it is like a 3D graph in math class, with an X, a Y, and a Z axis. He taught that by combining the positive and negative directions of those axes, you get 20 different distinct parallel worlds, or collective worlds as he called them, and they're all here, coexisting. Our world, we're just one point on this massive cosmic map. And he gets super specific with it. For example, he says our world is the XY world. The ghost world, that's at the -x, -y coordinates. The demon world is at -x, -y, -z. And on the flip side, gods and Buddhas are up at XYZ. So you can see, everything and everyone, from demons to gods, has a very specific place in his system. Even the afterlives he talks about, like the 1,000-year world, they all have a literal cosmic address. So you're probably wondering, okay, how do you get from one world to another? Well, it's not like you hop in a spaceship. It's a journey of the mind, of consciousness. He actually laid out a step-by-step path called the 8 ladders of thinking. It's basically a way to level up your mind. You start at the bottom with material thinking, just focusing on the physical stuff, and you climb up through these different stages all the way to the top. The final step is holographic thinking, which is the state where you can supposedly see and understand the entire cosmic system all at once. All right, so he's got this complete map of the universe. What do you do with that? Well, he didn't just go write a book and call it a day. Oh no. He set out to actually build a new world, a new way of living right here on Earth, based on everything he learned. And this quote here really gets to the heart of what drove him. I want to kindle a beacon of hope. He genuinely believed that humanity was lost in darkness, stuck in materialism and suffering, and he saw it as his mission to light the way out, to create this kind of spiritual oasis for people. Now, it's really important to understand how he saw himself. He was very clear about what he wasn't. He said, I'm not a savior. I'm not here to fight any government. I'm not even a good person in the way you might think. Instead, his job, as he saw it, was to preach the way of the greatest creator, to find the people who were ready, he called them the ripe crops, and to bring all beliefs together. And to do that, he believed things like nations, political parties, and even traditional families had to be dismantled. And this wasn't just talk. In 2009, this idea became a real place, the new Oasis for Life community in Yunnan, China. And the way they lived was, well, pretty radical. The whole thing ran on the idea of contribute what you can, take what you need. They did away with traditional marriage and family structures, allowing for romantic and sexual freedom. And get this, members only worked about 6 hours a day. This was him taking his cosmic blueprint and trying to build it in the real world. But living a new kind of life on Earth wasn't the end goal, not by a long shot. The ultimate promise, the big payoff, was a spot in one of these incredible heavenly realms he described, and each one was this super vivid, distinct place. Okay, so let's check out the first one, the 1,000-year world. To give you a feel for it, he wrote things like this. Today is the Melon Festival. Let's celebrate it. Meta from Lush Highland is looking for her love. Gentlemen, show your best. See, this isn't some abstract idea of heaven with clouds and harps. He's describing a real feeling place with its own culture, its own festivals, its own social rituals. It's meant to feel totally real. So you can see the whole progression here. It's like a spiritual ladder. First stop is the 1,000-year world. You live for 1,000 years in this beautiful, peaceful society. No meat, no marriage. If you progress, you can level up to the 10,000-year world. Here you live for 35,000 years. No work, no sex, you just exist in nature and fly on clouds. And the final, ultimate destination, that's the Elysium world, an eternal, non-physical existence of pure consciousness. And when we talk about this final realm, the Elysium world, the scale is just mind-blowing. He describes it as this formless, non-material, negative space. But inside that space is a place called the Celestial Islands continent, which has, get this, 80 times billion potential private island homes for every soul that makes it to that ultimate level. So there you have it. We went from a near-fatal car crash on a remote highway all the way to a cosmic afterlife with 80 billion islands. It's an unbelievably detailed vision for everything. Life, the universe, what comes next. And maybe at the end of the day, what a story like this really shows us is that deep down, we're all just looking for a map, right? A clear set of answers in a world that so often feels chaotic and makes no sense at all.